Thought our guys competed tonight. You know, we were expecting to play a lot of zone, which we don't normally do, just to try and preserve some bodies. And I thought the guys were competitive and allowed us to just play basketball. We were able to throw different combinations that we haven't used all year. Evan Turner, Jeff and Trey, Travion. You know, we just throwing bodies out there, and I thought our guys did a really good job of competing and putting themselves in a position to win. While we were extremely shorthanded, which is encouraging to see. Costly turnovers. They did a good job of just keeping us from three-point opportunities in the second half. I think it's probably the lowest attempts for us in a half all year, when we were really shooting the basketball pretty well. But they did a good job of taking that away and putting us in crowds. That's all I got.
Coach, you guys were able to claw back in the fourth quarter. What were they doing in the third quarter that really gave them that separation?
You know, just some of their guys got going. Tatum was a handful. You know, just trying to figure out who can guard. You know, we start big, they start small, and you know, you're putting John in a situation where he's trying to guard some of their perimeters. One of the things I thought, you know, Trey did early, got Jalen a foul, and someone else got him a foul, Jalen Brown that is, and you know, for him to get 3 fouls and have to sit was really one way we contained him in the first half. But they were able to play their guys, and their guys really got going. I'm talking about Hayward, Brown, and Tatum in that third quarter to really just create the separation. And once they had the separation, we were basically playing catch up from a 6 to 8 point game most of the way. And I thought our guys did a really good job of just to put themselves back into the game. We're down 3. I think when they had to call a timeout, and we just couldn't get over that hump in the fourth quarter.
You mentioned the zone. Why did you switch to that when you did specifically there?
Just to throw it off a little bit. You know, we worked on it, just thinking we may have to use it, and it's one of those deals you want to try and use it in the first half and see if you can get some chemistry and some coordination in doing it. I didn't know what we were going to look like in the second half in terms of fouls and who we would need to play. But just to have that as a backup, and I thought we did a good job. You know, we gave up the 3 on the first play, and just like anything, just inappropriate help on that play. But the second possession was pretty good. We went to a full court press and got a turnover in the third quarter. So just try and change them, give them some different looks. We cross-matched a lot with Jalen and Jason Tatum and Hayward even, and we were trying to blitz some of the pick and rolls. We got caught coming out of a timeout where we weren't on the same page. But then the other time we were able to get some steals. We had some great hands. Jeff was great in the passing lanes and on the ball, just getting deflections and getting himself some easy opportunities. But just trying to throw some different looks to give ourselves a chance defensively.
Coach, I thought that Jeff was explosive tonight. He seems more confident and comfortable with you all. Could you talk about his performance?
Yeah, you know, one of the things we're trying to do is get him to play downhill more, where he's, you know, not probing but attacking. And I thought he did a good job. He got himself going with some steals and deflections, which got him some easy layups. And from there, in the half court, try to carry over that same momentum and that same attack mentality. I think his speed is tremendous. I just want him to use it a little bit more.
What has stood out to you about John these last couple games? He's been on quite a pretty good pace these last couple games.
Well, I think he's playing with a tremendous amount of effort. You know, he's been very active. You know, I think it's pretty much a double-double every game, and the efficiency in terms of the shots he's taken are, you know, right around the basket or some throwback threes where he's wide open. Obviously, the ball going in helps, but I want him to, you know, his offensive rebounding numbers are a little bit down from last year, and I want him to continue to be aggressive on the boards to create second chance opportunities, but I think he's been playing tremendous in terms of his effort.
Coach, with so many players out tonight, that obviously affected your game plan. What is the status on when they're coming back?
Yeah, we'll find out more about that tomorrow. You know, each guy is unique and they have a different situation. Dre, I thought, would be available today, and the ankle was a little bit worse. Bruno's just not all the way there with his injury, his calf injury. DeAndre Bembry's just coming back with the hand, so we'll expect to see him soon. And I'm not sure on Alex Lynn's status, but they're all kind of close and just bad timing.
It had obviously been a while since Evan had played and been in the rotation. I guess what gave you the confidence in him tonight to go with him in crunch time?
Not a lot of healthy bodies. No, I thought he did a good job defensively. And when we made our runs, we were getting some stops. and we were getting some deflections, which allowed defense to offense, and he was part of that group. And so, you know, I even questioned whether or not I should have subbed. I thought the guys did a really good job to get us down to 3. But you also think about fatigue and the guys, you know, Trey, you want to put Trey back out there and close the game with them. But I just thought he did a great job defensively, and he came in and got a great rebound or a rebound opportunity to keep Cantor off the glass, or Williams, whoever it was. At that point, I just loved what he was doing for us defensively.
Lloyd, you obviously haven't had some of your young core together a lot this year. What do you think when you see guys like Kevin and John and Trey playing together tonight in terms of what they've been able to do when they have been together, and almost to some degree what might have been this year?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't worry about what might have been, just nothing I can do about it. And I think we're all encouraged when we've had an opportunity to really have all of them. You know, and to me, I've said it probably early January, just to have every healthy body gives me options, and it starts there. I think the guys will continue to start to play better together. But to have the options when a guy's not having a good night, to be able to play someone else and just move on to the next game. These guys have all had individual moments. They've done it together sometimes, but it's been the inconsistency of the availability of all these guys, and that's been the struggle. You know, no DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish or Bruno tonight. We've been out without Trey, you know, at the end of the other game. You know, just trying to string together the consistency will allow us to evaluate the guys. But I'm not worried about what we didn't have. It's just the NBA and sport. Sometimes you're going to miss guys through injury. Sometimes you're going to miss guys through suspension. Whatever it may be, it's just been the unfortunate side.
In your mind, does it slow sort of the development?
I don't think so. I think the guys, you know, with the young guys, I think they've all gotten better. You know, we've talked about John. He's, if not better than he was last year, he's right there in terms of numbers and production. He's still 19 and 10, 20 and 10, whatever it is. Obviously, Trey's through the roof with his production. Cam's gotten better with every month. DeAndre Hunter's been pretty steady. You know, as Kevin has gotten over that first 2 months of injury inconsistency, he's been playing pretty good basketball, especially shooting it. He's right up to 40%. We just haven't done it together. Each guy's been pretty good individually, but not together.
Coach, what can you say about the Celtics' physicality on the boards and what your team needs to do to really regain some of that?
Yeah, you know, it's they have obviously an elite offensive rebounder, and then it's Cantor, and he hurt us early in the game, and then Williams is just he was tough for us tonight. That was kind of the difference in the game. Our turnovers and then their offensive rebounds and second chance points. Again, we were playing some different combinations and lineups and out of position a little bit. And then their physicality around the glass on the second chance points and points in the paint really hurt us.
You spoke to this a little bit just there, but those 9 turnovers from Trey, what did you see as far as the main
They were just, you know, they were climbing into him all game. You know, he gets picked at half court, which we never see, but they bring in, you know, the kid from LSU, Waters off the bench, and he's just picking them up full court. That last one at the end was just a great deflection on the ball. They're throwing bodies at him, they're switching all the pick and rolls, and then they're getting their arms out trying to get deflections on his passes. And you know, some of those nights we get the reward from it, and like tonight, they got the deflections on them.